Hey, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism with Autism and Us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment. And what this is all about is us just coming together, another way for us to socialize and get to know each other and share our journeys of our loved ones on the autism spectrum. Hey there, Janelle, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Um, so if you have any questions or anything, everybody in the chat, you could just throw them in the chat. If you can help with something, feel free to offer your suggestions. Otherwise, we are just here to get to know each other and just share some things, learn, share, and support one another. So,
That's
how are
my
you
boy in
doing?
the back.
You jumping around. I'm
Yeah.
waiting on my son now. I'm waiting on my jumper right now.
Yeah, my sister was talking about, yeah, go ahead and get on. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on. I thought Susan was gonna get on.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, you guys are more than welcome anytime I'm up here to jump on.
I
Stop
said
it.
I'm I said I'm with the famous lady. I was like
Right,
I was like, I felt like it's like, oh my God. I was like, I just want to talk to her so bad. I was
Hi, Kevin, how are you? Mr. Get It Back. Okay, how are you? I seen Teresa in here. Are you coming up, Teresa? Get down, Sammy. Get down. There's Teresa. How are you today?
Good.
Great, great, great. Before we get started, I do want to. Would you stop it? I'm sorry, you guys. My dog. Stop.
Are you gonna get on?
Stop it. I did want to remind everybody that we are giving our sweatpants and mimosas
Okay.
event on April the 18th. But what I'm asking the community, if you can, we are still in need of in-kind donations of anything from the wish list. If you could buy at least one thing, all of the items are going towards for the event, for self-care products and just tableware things we need. So I just want to put that out there. But for those of you who are around and are going, we still have seats left, and there's 3 vendor spots left. So someone asked me earlier about vendor spots, so we have 3 left. So grab them. Okay. Anyway, how's everybody's day been going? What you guys been up to? What the kids been up to? How are they doing? All that good stuff.
I'm so, but I'm been doing good so far.
Okay. Teresa, how you been today?
Doing good.
Doing good. Great. How's David?
He is playing his video games.
Video game time. Okay, okay. I just I'm sitting here waiting on DeAndre to come through the door now. Yep,
Oh
I
wow.
had mentally prepared myself because I know he's gonna come in here ready to go. Yeah.
I was telling my sister about you. She was like, "Yeah, go ahead and jump on." I was like, "Okay." I be nervous about these things.
Why?
I'm not a
There ain't
public.
nothing to be
I
nervous
don't
about.
speak. Yeah, I don't be a lot of speaking. I'm kind of shy, so I be like, I'm be
Oh,
feeling
okay.
like.
Well, I understand. Once you get to know us around here, you'll be all
Yeah.
right. We
I
all
said I'm gonna
family.
try it. I'm like, usually I be in the back.
So while you're here, because I know a lot of people don't know you, and I met you over on. Let me think. What's the name of the platform? I'm sorry.
A time for autism.
A Time for Autism. Okay, I met them over at a Time for Autism, and they do a Zoom call every Tuesday at, is it 6 p.m.?
6 to 7, six
Yep,
thirty
great,
to 7, or six
great
o'clock
group.
to 7.
Okay, great
Yeah.
group of women. Beautiful platform. So you guys make sure you check them out. Now
It's a
I have
timeout for autism. She'll kill me if I said it wrong.
a time out for autism. Okay, we'll have to put the page link in there too. So tell us about you and your son since you're new over here.
My son is 13. He was nonverbal um until he was 7, and then he started talking again. He goes to ABC again. I don't know if I can say that, but he goes to a school here in Winston-Salem. I'm from Winston-Salem, and they got him to start talking again. We went to a lot of speech therapists and stuff like that, but that school got him to get out of his shell somehow, and he started communicating. He had a out of them devices that communicates. He had that, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's been something. And then he just started talking. He doesn't. You can't have a whole sentence with you, but he does understand what's going on.
Sounds
But
about like me and my DeAndre. How old was he when he got diagnosed? And
2.5.
we are nosy over here, so
Yeah, 2.5. He
two.
had started lining up bottles, and
Uh-huh.
we just didn't understand what he was doing. And we was like, okay, because he was the first person in our family like that, and it was just like we didn't understand what he was doing, and he wasn't playing. And he started. My sister kept saying he know how to read, and I was like, leave him alone. He don't know how to read because he had a Nobby back then, 2012. That was out,
Okay.
and he was just putting the words together. And my sister was like, he's reading. I was like, no, he's not. And she was like, yes, he is. And I was like, but he didn't play with toys. He didn't grow. He was like the only child. He always had older people around him. So
Okay.
we thought he was just trying to, you know, we didn't really understand what was going on. And
Mm.
then he was eating everything all of a sudden, and then he stopped.
So he's a very
And I,
picky eater, huh?
yeah, all the verbal, the food, everything left at 2.5. So
Oh,
he hasn't had a meat or a vegetable since he was 2.
okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
diagnosed at 2.5. Hey Sherelle, how are you this evening? Well,
Yeah,
I'm
he
doing
was
good. What
ABC helped. I mean, that school we don't have like we didn't back then. We didn't have a lot of. They had like the EC programs, but we didn't have a school, especially like that. We had one, but he had started aging out, and I just opted him out of public school, and now he goes to private.
okay. Is the private schools you think are better than because they
Yeah,
don't
cause
have
he's
the
he's a
resources?
runner, so I had to put him in a school that I knew he wasn't going to run in, and all the people know him at that school, and I appreciate that school because I know that they gonna keep him safe because
Okay.
they've grown up with they didn't know him since he was small, and now they said they see him big, so they was like, okay, this is crazy because his voice didn't changed and everything. They was like, we really growing up with, you know, so.
Watching them
I have
grow.
to have him somewhere where it's like I know he's not gonna run, and I know he's gonna be watched at all times. Like they already know he's a runner. So and he's
Oh,
kind of calmed down from that, but we still have to watch him. He's infatuated with automatic doors.
ah, okay. So I can imagine you go into the store and he likes to go in and out or just
Oh
watch.
yes, we having some struggles with that, but now we trying to ease it and trying to everybody at the stores, we go to the same store, so they already know him. They was like, we miss him. Some stores that we know that we don't, that won't don't know what's going on. There's some stores are friendly than others, and I don't know. It's getting kind of popular in North Carolina, I guess. So they was like some stores then started saying, okay, we understand what's going on, and some stores were like, okay, can you, but
Okay.
Some people
And
look at
so,
them and then I'll be like, okay, but we getting there. The doors are just something crazy.
hi
It wasn't always
there.
like that.
It wasn't always like, okay,
No, it wasn't always like that. He got like that as years progressed.
okay.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
Hello.
how are
how are you
you?
guys doing?
All
Good,
right.
good.
Good. It's a Sunday. We here.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I want to say hi to Juan. How are you? And that's Sherelle right there. Hey, Kelly. Come on up with us, Kelly. Come on up.
Yes. What's
um,
been new? What's everybody talking about?
um, Janelle was introducing herself and her son and telling us a little bit about her son. And
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
And
Hi,
If I'm talking
Janelle.
too much, hello, how are
oh
you?
no. No, talk on, talk on.
Yeah, what level is your son on, if I can ask?
Level 3.
Same here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same
Level
here.
3. Yeah.
Same
I've
Yes.
been
here.
wanting to say it's a 2, but I read about it. I was like, yeah, you still level 3. So I'm like,
Yeah. It's same here with Aiden. It's like a level 2 at times, but then go right back to 3.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't
So
mind me
tomorrow,
moving around because I'm frosting a chocolate cake right now.
Oh, you
nice.
making me a
Oh
cake,
wow.
Teresa? You making me a
I'm
cake?
making a friend of my brother's friend a cake because it was his birthday last week.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
So
Teresa
they
So
like
cake.
how
tomorrow,
I make cakes.
so
Well,
tomorrow
that's good.
I got a meeting with Aiden's school. I think they're trying to kick him out.
No,
Why?
I
Uh-oh.
had that problem. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
Why?
go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Let me know what I need to do because I am not playing. I know they're trying to kick him out. I know they are.
What would be the reason though?
They're trying to say that he's aggressive and he's pulling on people's hair, he's scratching, but Aiden, he is not aggressive or like that. Like he is scratched because as y'all know, he's nonverbal. He can't
Uh-huh.
speak. So that's his way of communicating. But look, I don't know. I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna see what they say, but I'm not saying yes to anything. I'm not consenting to
Right.
anything
Mm-mm.
until I know exactly what they're trying to do. But I just got this gut feeling they're gonna minimize his hours or they're gonna try to
That
take him out.
that same here. I had that same problem. Um, my school, the school he was in, they tried to do the same thing, and luckily enough, he was starting to go 2.5, and now he goes to 4. But that happened to me, and then it was just
So they
I
didn't
had to get
have
I had to get something. I had to get stuff in order and get an advocate. You know, like someone to if you could get like some like his case manager, like the advocate, like a care extender to go with you or something like that. And
Yep.
so she could be like beside you to be your advocate. And yeah, because they were talking about step on in days. But like I said, some days, like I told him, some days he can do good, and some days we was just like, if he's been up for days, you know they're gonna be tired. They're not gonna be able to function in school. So why am I gonna take him to school when I know he's gonna go to sleep? You're gonna call me right back. So
Exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
have transportation like that to be going back and forth to people and be like, okay, you gonna call me right after I get down the street. So
Hmm.
why am I
Yeah,
gonna take him to school? Like,
that's what they trying to do. And they think I was kind of stupid, not trying to be mean or anything, but like I always tell them, I'm not your average parent. So, and I'm not gonna lie, in Chat GBT, I think Chat GBT and I think Gemini AI, because without that and getting the resources and looking up stuff and knowing your rights, I'm
they
not
come
mm-hmm,
playing.
in handy. Come
you
in
got
handy.
to.
Yep.
Hmm.
And sometimes you have to be your own advocate for yourself because you
Okay,
have to do your
Teresa.
own research.
Hmm.
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 Wow.
You have to
So
get book smart doing this because it's like if you don't act like you don't know about your tracks and if they didn't do the right protocol, they can't kick your son out for stuff like that. If they didn't give
Exactly.
you a verbal warning and stuff like that, it's steps that they got to do before they be talk about they gonna kick your son out. They just can't kick him out like that.
We are just talking about our children and their journeys. Hi, how are you, Levi? Welcome.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm nervous about tomorrow, but then again, I'm like, I'm gonna have my other phone with me, and
Do you have someone to go with you?
I'm just going in there by myself.
Oh, girl, see if you can have somebody go, because you don't want them to run nothing over on
Yes,
Mm-mm.
they
And
just
then if you
came out
have to
with this.
record it.
you.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
have to record that conversation and something so you can know you have verbal stuff so you can hear they can hear what you saying like back and forth. So nobody can't just say,
Yeah.
and write stuff down and stuff like that what they're saying. Cause they can't
Yeah.
just like I told people, you can't just kick a kid, you can't just call a parent and tell them you kicking them out without any if you ain't getting nobody a verbal warning or no kind of warning, you just can't kick a kid out like that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
does he have, like on his IEP, does it say anything about behaviors? Do you have
Yes,
that?
it does. And
Well,
he
yeah.
listen in this district because, like I told y'all before, like I told you, Miss Nita, we just moved out here. His other school ain't do that. His other school let him continue to go to school.
Yeah, and
Which
there's
they never called me. They never told me to come pick him up. I'm like, I'm not pick. What? I mean, the moment he gets to school, they like, oh, he gotta come. Y'all need to come and get him. I said, what? Be
Yep.
for
they just didn't want to deal with it. Hi, Susan. How are you?
real.
How are you?
Susan, Susan, can you give her um a tip about him being he has an IEP, right?
Yes, he
Mhm.
does.
Yep. And behaviors, and they want to kick him out. See if we can.
You may want to call the disability. What is this? I know here in North Carolina, uh, you have to go to the school system
Hmm.
and you have to talk to the EC department and you have to push it. And the best thing to do, if you got somebody to go with you, let somebody go with you because they got this stigma that just because you got a child with disability, something wrong with you too, and you don't know no better.
Yes. Yes.
And you don't know it, right?
That's what I be feeling. I'm like, why they be talking to me like I'm a child or something? I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
It's the way you look because you look young. They think you don't know what you're talking about. I
it
get the
don't
same
matter.
part.
It don't
Sometimes,
matter.
but
Just
it.
be, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me, it don't matter, regardless of who you are, how old you are, they're gonna treat you like that because your child is like that. They're gonna look at you like you've done something. It's your fault why your child like that.
Mhm.
That's why, as mothers, we need to stick together.
Yes.
And I wish I wish that they could put that in law. So
Yes,
if
because
you
it's
do
getting
that
out
to
of
somebody else,
hand.
yes, because it's everywhere. It's not just in North Carolina, Detroit, or whatever. It's everywhere. And if enough parents got together, they can put that in law. And they could, they could sue the pants off these people that's doing that, these school systems.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would
It's
think,
not-
especially if it's on his IEP, if you got a plan in place, if it states it right there, how are you just gonna immediately just try to kick him out of school? You
Yes,
know?
because let me tell you something. Before, Aiden was only getting 2 hours, and then we worked him all the way to 8, and they're
Okay.
trying to take that away.
Yeah, it sounds like they just don't want to deal with him.
Yes,
Hmm.
Yes.
but I'm
So
on
you
it
just
tomorrow. It's at 12:30 p.m. So
I just wish you had someone to go with you.
I do
yes,
too.
it
Even
just
though,
changed.
I know
Yeah.
because we're gonna act on emotions,
Mm-hmm.
as
mhm.
parents, and we need that extra set of eyes and ears to listen to things we may not hear,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to put over on us. But
Mm-hmm.
if you can possibly find somebody to go with you and sit with you in the meeting, even if it's a friend.
I was gonna
Just
call Pacers early in the morning time. I was thinking about just rescheduling it because they just told me kind of like at last minute. They waited till the kids went on spring break and then they sent me an email.
That's
wow.
what they do.
That's what they do. And if you don't show up, they'll act like, oh, you don't care
Right.
Mm-hmm.
if you don't show up. But only thing I can tell you is when you get there, if they say, "Oh, we gonna do this," I'm gonna just say, show me what you gonna do, and show me somewhere why you want to kick my child out of school and why he's not. And is there any way that we can keep him in school? You have to keep questioning them. They questioning you. You tell them back. Because I always tell people, don't let nobody tell you what you can't have. Because you can
Do
have
you
what
have
you want.
somebody, another teacher there that can advocate for your son
And
too?
No, we just moved here. We only
Okay.
been here for only
I'm
2
not gonna
months.
do it.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
And
wish I
I
could
Now,
go
you
told
in.
know the teachers are going to be on the school side. They got to
Mhm.
save their
Some
ass.
of them do and some of them don't. Cause if they really love their job, some will back your kid. You know, some of them will.
At the end
I
of the
didn't.
day, they won't.
because it was
Yeah,
weird.
they.
The last meeting we just had, right? They was trying to, in a way, subliminally say, "Oh yeah, what do you want to do, Miss Mary?" Because his teacher's Miss Mary. She was like, I looked her dead in that video. I was like, "Well, I hope y'all know I'm not consenting to anything." I said, "I'm
Right.
not consenting to anything. I want to read over everything." I was like,
Yep.
I'm not minimizing no hours. I'm not doing none of that right now. I'm not."
And if you have
Don't
to,
do
if
it.
they put a paper in front of you, tell them, if you don't have anybody to go with you, tell them you're going to take it, read it over,
Mhm.
and you go and find somebody to help read it over with you, and before you
Go
take
from
it back.
there.
Kelly
But
says, why do schools think they can kick a child out of school? Isn't that what these schools are for? What is happening to autism also? We as parents have rights also. Yes.
we do. The Disability Care Act. The
Hi,
Disability
Monique.
Care Act.
Yep, get everything in writing, right?
Yep.
And contact somebody from the Disability Care Act if you feel that you're not being treated. Either contact the school board or the Disability Care Act, and I guarantee you they'll stop treating you
Yes,
like
because
they
right
want
now,
to.
like I don't know if y'all know, but like I know Miss Anita knows, but I'm already in litigation with an ABA therapy center right now.
Mhm.
And I have no problem with being in litigation with this new
Right.
school.
Yeah, we
It's
have to
Come
crazy
on,
advocate.
because how you have to
forward.
go to battle for your kids like this.
You
It's
do.
like
Yes.
You do.
Like they think just because look, I might be tired, it might show in the face, but I'm not tired of fighting.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not.
telling you.
got to keep on. Kelly
Mhm.
says, how
Okay.
can a parent have the behavioral data that the teacher collected be removed from the school record if, as a parent, you don't believe it happened or they can't provide accurate documentation of the incidents and what was given to redirect the behavior, right? Um, they can't show you, what happened. Why are you kicking him out? What did you do to
Right.
redirect what he did? If his IEP is telling you he has behavioral issues, then that was already discussed. We talked about
Mhm.
this. You know
Yeah.
this. So what was your plan? What did you do to redirect his behavior before you called me?
Yeah,
Get
you're
down.
Because they
right.
always calling me and text me through email. We just been here for too much, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have never went through this until I moved into these cities, to this new place.
Mhm.
When I was in a different district, I mean, all districts are different, but I
Yeah.
didn't have to go through all of this.
Now this is a public school, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you got okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they got him on a wait list for a 101 some school that I have not yet researched just yet because they said it's a long wait list. So I'm like, so then what we gonna be doing?
Right. Wow.
They don't care. You got to do stuff yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cause we didn't got kicked out almost apart. We didn't had to leave apartments and everything where we lived because of certain
Really?
situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they
Mm.
said Stephon, he was nothing but 3 years old, and they were saying that he was shaking the whole apartment unit.
Shaking.
And,
Oh,
yeah, because
jumping.
we lived up. Yeah, we lived upstairs, And it was, I said, how is he shaking the whole apartment unit? They was like, he was shaking, stop walking after 6 o'clock.
What?
How
And
can
he
you
was
tell
not
a
but like
At
child?
3 or 4 years old. Yes, but me and Stefan, like I told people, me and my baby been through it all. I was like, y'all can't tell me nothing. Cause when they told me that, I was like, are you serious? And I was like,
6 o'clock?
yeah, they
Right.
said, I said, so what we supposed to do? Crawl after 6 o'clock? What we supposed to do? I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know what you're gonna do about your son. And Stefan liked to play with the water. Then they used to tell me how he playing with the water. I said, well, why y'all got it out here if y'all don't want nobody to play with it? But I'm like, it don't make sense to me. Yeah, we didn't got his doctor had to call. Thank God she was there. She was like, don't make me. And I was just like, she was like, you say what? I was like, yes, they trying to kill. How can a 4-year-old make that much movement?
Yeah. They trying to say
Right.
my
And then
son.
want to sit down after 6. Can't move after
Yeah, they
6.
was like, but I don't.
What world they living in?
Right.
Like what?
I was like, I
That's
don't
the time when everybody
have
get off from
some.
work
Mm-mm.
and we moving around.
Mhm. Uh-oh. Lost her.
Yeah.
Kelly says, who even actually reads the IEP, right? Take a copy of the IEP with you and show them exactly what it says. And then tell them you want another meeting to fix whatever isn't in the IEP you want. Yeah, make sure that behavioral issues is noted in there. Because they should have a plan. You
Mhm.
know, what you can't just kick a child out.
No,
I mean,
but
there
you know
should
what I do though? I know they
mm,
said it's not good to rely on Chat GBT. I really don't, but I upload certain stuff to Chat GBT and let Chat GBT because I want a second opinion just to
right.
see exactly what it is, and that has helped me along the way. I
Well,
trust.
whatever means necessary, you have to
Yes.
research. That's part of your research.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
You got to
It's
research
good.
everything.
Yes, yes. Especially when, and that brings up. We always talk about. Well, there's been talk about should we have cameras in the classrooms
Yep, I think
because
so.
of the
I
abuse
think
and stuff.
so.
Yes,
It needs to. I don't see
it
what the
needs
problem
to.
is. What? How come? Don't you ever? Why? What? How come they don't? You would think they would want cameras in.
They don't want to be liable for anything. With
Yes,
so,
yes. They need to have it.
mhm. Kelly says at Aurora's last IEP, it was brought up by the Autism Society advocate I have that they did not provide documentation to to me, the parent, after CPI restraints, wow, were used, and that they owed her school services because her bus was never on time. This teacher told another teacher that Aurora doesn't belong in a school setting because of her severity of her behaviors. Her behavioral intervention plan has not been updated since 2024.
Oh my
Wow.
God, that's crazy.
Oh, see, that just sounds like they just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, they just don't want to. It's like, what are you guys here for? What are we
So
doing?
I'm wondering, will they, if you keep your child at home, will they provide services they need?
Mm.
No.
They tried that. They tried. You know what they said for Aiden? This one school. They sat there and said that we want to give him 1 hour, 1 hour for 2 days out the week. I said, what is that going to do for him? I said, I can't even learn like that. Who could learn like that?
Right.
Mm-mm,
1 hour for 2 days out the week.
Mm.
mm-mm.
I said,
1
y'all not
hour.
coming up in my house. Mm-mm.
Wow. You would think they would give him. Now I know the issues with ABA. You would think other behavioral interventions they would at least try
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
to
They
give
have
you
to.
something. Yeah.
They have to.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This
Yes,
was
stay
for
on
a
their necks.
school. This is for a school. 1 hour for a public school. They said
Mhm.
we just want him at home for 1 hour. Then the ABA therapy, they was playing too. I said, you know what? I guess let me put on my big girl boots. I said, yeah. I said, what is going on here? What is y'all
Wow.
the things that I hear? It feel like I'm in Twilight Zone.
Kelly says it's sad that we are walking through this with blinders on, and the school is supposed to be here for us.
Mhm.
So why do they even have these programs in school?
That's why I asked what they here for. I'm confused.
Right. You might as well just say keep the kids at home. You want them to be educated, but they complain or they
Mhm.
just can't be bothered with certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um, my granddaughter, I'm not gonna mention the school, but my granddaughter, she's on the spectrum. She's like level two-ish, level one. She's between level one and level two, that kind of thing. Well, part of her stemming is she talks to herself or she has conversations. So she stems by walking and talking. That's her way of comforting herself. Well, in class, she was having a conversation to herself. At the family, we used to it. She'll bust out laughing, but we know it's part of her autism. Now, the teacher says told her to be quiet and told her, what she said, I don't want to misquote. She said something about the people. You need to do something with the people in your head or stop
Mm-hmm.
talking to the people. Now, this is a teacher, a
Hmm.
special needs teacher. So my daughter is in meetings now. She done went all the way up. I told her to go up as high as she can go right now. She
Mm-hmm.
gotta go to, if you gotta, after the board, you go to the state, because you're a special needs teacher, and you're supposed to know how to deal with kids. If she's getting on your nerve, then you don't need to be in this profession.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't need to be in this profession at all.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you even tell a child like that to be quiet?
Yeah. Like, why would you? That's all I could do is shake my head with so many
Now,
people.
if she was disrupting the class with her talking, okay. But that's when you pull it to the side and say, well, maybe let's go over here
Mm-hmm.
so the class can concentrate and do what they got to do. You supposed to, like you're saying, it's got to be redirection somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't tell a child something like that.
Yes. What?
Kelly says, my son was going 2 hours, 4 days a week. Then they would still call me to pick him up. Wow. I was also driving and picking him up. They called me because Jordan had a meltdown. I almost had an accident. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, how are you? Yep, too much. Too much. Driving home with Jordan, I was done.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
It's stressful at times.
it is. So I'm thinking, so what do y'all thoughts about the cameras? Y'all agree? I think,
Yes.
yeah, there definitely should be a bill.
It
Because why
should.
not? What would be the reason you don't want a camera in a classroom if it's going to protect you and the child?
Exactly.
You doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
And you just took the words right out my mouth. That's what it really is.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
need to. It's just even not just only for disabilities, for everything. Like it's just too much
Yes,
chaotic stuff going on.
a lot. It's so
It
much.
is. I
It's
see
so
something
much.
all the time. Especially during my timeline when I see with these kids, they getting hurt. These students they taking them in rooms, and Only some
Yeah.
rooms got cameras, and then I'm seeing them get hurt. I'm just like, you know what? Have it all up and down in them classrooms, the hallways too.
Doing good. Yep. All is good. Kelly says I agree. Yep.
They
Yeah.
do.
I think so.
It's about time. I mean,
Mhm.
everything's already digital anyway, so I don't see what the what's so bad about having it in the classrooms. They should. It would be beneficial. Cause then
Yep.
and then they need to have apps for, especially for us parents with, children with special needs, to give us an app so that we can, look and see what's being done.
Right. They don't want us peeping in the classrooms.
Yeah.
Because, they say it's a HEPA violation. Because if we're looking, then, the other kids, the other students, we shouldn't have
What can y'all be doing? Ain't y'all supposed to be in class seated at your seat? What is it that makes it so bad? You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't
Right.
make any sense to me. That's
Yes,
part
we
I'm saying.
need to get together with all our experience and push this bill. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Joe.
I
Okay. So
agree,
we got someone.
100%. We'll do we'll do North Carolina, and we'll all get together and get us some signatures.
Yeah, how does that work? Because, like, honestly, in Minnesota, they need that. They need that out here too.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
We can
Everywhere.
You talking about putting cameras in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had that thing a couple years. Well, it's been about 6 years ago with that Amber Pack girl in Virginia.
Right, Kelly.
Because of that got cameras in West Virginia, and all that. So what happens in the classroom where my daughter was, one camera has video but no sound. The other camera has sound and no video. They had to match it all together. Now, I don't know if I told you, I went and saw that video finally of them picking my daughter and everything. That wasn't my daughter.
It wasn't your daughter?
I had already taken her out of that classroom, and I do remember there was another little girl that they brought in there later, and I'm watching that video. I'm like, that's not Jilly. So, yeah, I thought I would be able to settle for something good to kind of kick him in the keister there and all, but I couldn't. I could prove that, yeah, she was in the class, but we can't prove when the abuses started.
Okay.
And for how long she was exposed to it, but they do know she was in the class, and they do know those people were doing that stuff. So, yeah, and they catch them and they get swept away.
Yeah.
This is always a soft point. Whenever I hear this, I'm always saying I'm Debbie Downer because I jump in on these conversations to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's happened 3 times to my daughter. First time she got her arm locked, pulled out of the socket. Second time was more of a neglect. And the first time was in Vegas when we lived out there, right after she was diagnosed, about 4 years old, 4.5. Second time was a little bit of neglect over there in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. And then the third time was in Hampshire County High School, West Virginia, where it was on video of them. Well, no. Yeah, it was on the teacher of 28 years, Miss Zabo, great teacher. I did all the Zoom classes, COVID time I spent with her, and towards the end of that, she retired. They put this guy in there with a couple aides, and he was a wrestling coach, hardly ever even in the room. All he did was set him in front of the boob tube. No interaction. And when they would act up, they would take those wrestling mats that are like folded, and they would fold it around them. Kids were fighting. I seen kids in there that I knew there was like usually about 5 kids per class, when we get together. And them other kids that were so mellow. One has Down syndrome and autism, and he would get up and fight them. And I was like, wow, he is such a gentle kid, and the other one, now he didn't settle. That's the one whose dad was the lawyer, and the mom, they're divorced, but the mom was like, something's wrong. And he started looking in. There was a whistleblower and all finally that really blew the case up. But yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's
I'm
terrible.
sorry you went through that.
Yes. Hey, Yana B. Hey, Candy. How are you, ladies? Yeah,
I'm not sorry. I mean, don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for these kids because
Yeah.
nothing has changed other than their tactics of getting around it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And
they can afford the
without
lawyers, and they can drag it out,
cameras
drag it out.
in the room, we don't know what's going on.
Yes.
Watch your mic and camera.
Yeah.
You have to go in and come out because that happened to me.
Yeah, these cameras, it would do some justice. It would
What
be
they
nice.
need is somebody to watchdog the watchdogs, so to say. You know, just
Right.
like voting polls. You know, they need people from both sides that represent the school, maybe, and somebody that represents the parents who's not associated, just a parent, not somebody related to a teacher or somebody who will go in there and say that's not right, and it needs to be addressed like now.
Yeah.
Not in a few weeks, not when you talk to go in there. I mean, they come up with the stupidest stuff to come down on you. Unless something happened on their side, I don't even
Yeah.
mention it. They got to call you to put any lip balm on them, or they got to call you to give them an aspirin. Something like this happens, they don't call me.
Right.
I want 5 minutes alone with those three people.
Yana B said, so glad I homeschool. Best decision ever. Yeah, a lot of parents are turning to homeschool. But then, for the ones who can't, you got parents who have to work or,
That's the reality.
parents who are relying on the school to give them the services that their kids need. It's terrible. I had Jordan CNA to tell me what was going on. Okay, she was there with them. That's good. You
That's
had
really
somebody.
amazing.
Yeah. She is home, my own, for the rest of the year. It started 2 weeks ago. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Matt's fat. Hi. Hi, how are you? I just had to give a couple people the boot. They come through on YouTube with I don't know where they get the stuff from, but I had to just give them the boot out of the room. Kelly says I homeschool with Jordan, but it should be a choice, not a need. Right. Exactly. Yep. You shouldn't have to pull your child out because, something's going on.
And
You're
again,
right.
so
It
many
should be a
times,
choice.
and so many times these dumb little things come up. And when I sit there and I look at these people, shake my head, say, "Fly, aren't you trained to do this?" Like you were saying, and I'll pull them out of the school, put them in something private, something specific for them that can gear IEP wise and all that. And knock, knock, knock. There's CPS on my door. Come on in. Yeah, here we go again. At least 8 times.
Speaking of CPS, the last person that tried that with me, the CPS worker came in and he was like, you know what? I'd rather just sit outside. I said, I bet you would.
I don't see it,
do the intake
Kelly.
outside.
Yeah, it didn't come through, Kelly. About the Lysol. Well, not over here, it didn't. I don't know why.
I'll just say it just seems like I'm hearing so many more stories about this stuff, and it's like, okay, are we supposed to be getting better about this? Because with Jilly, I mean, she's 21 now. This started when she was 4. We've come like nowhere. We've gotten nowhere.
Yep, still the
It's all
same
money
things.
grab.
Still the same things are happening. Yana B said had to be at the school every day for something. Wow. Wow. Yep. So they're right there. You just might as well keep them at home if you're gonna keep calling me.
Right. At this point, could we get some compensation and some real resources?
It's just that I don't want compensation. I want
Oh,
these.
she sprayed Lysol in her face. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What happened? Who sprayed
Uh,
who with Lysol?
I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
here it is. She also sprayed Lysol in her face. She is now homebound for 2 weeks. They are supposed to send a teacher out to provide services. Nothing yet, her daughter. Aurora got 1 hour a week previously. She gets ABA 12 hours a week, speech 1 hour 2 times a week, and occupational therapy 1 hour a week. She is not returning next year to this teacher. Okay, good. Here's yeah, where the teacher told Aurora doesn't belong in a school setting. Spraying Lysol in the face. Just terrible. Schools are terrible. Jillian is the same age as Jordan. Okay. Hey Pammy, how are you? Now Pammy is another one who homeschooled also her baby. And I call them all babies. Some of them are grown, but
I'll do the same thing. They're still my babies.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pam, what do you think about schools having cameras in them? So many stories when Ralph was in school. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame we have to hear. You turn on the news, something done happened, You're like, wow. Did you guys hear about that teacher who molested that child, that special needs child? It was on the news, all over
No,
Facebook. Yes.
it's
She
so
was
much
having
stuff.
she was having sex with the child. I don't know how old. That's another reason um cameras should be in there in the rooms. Yes, look that up. I was like, what on earth?
Like, what we
That's
hell?
sick.
Like, oh my
That's
god,
sick. You a teacher,
Lord Jesus.
a special needs what can a little I don't know how old the little boy was, but what can a child do for you?
Exactly. They just like taking advantage. Just the thought of that they could take advantage.
That's
I'm
sick.
sick.
Did you hear about that, Susan? Can she hear me? Is she on mute? Susan, did you hear
Yes.
about did you hear about the teacher who molested that child in the
No,
classroom?
I didn't. Then I'm oh.
That's sick.
No, I didn't. Where was that?
I don't let me see if I could pull up the story. Wait a minute, let me get through
I
these.
didn't hear about that. I heard about a boy, I believe it
Did you
was,
hear about
went
the teacher that
missing, and they found him. They found him died. He died.
Wow. Let me see if I can pull up the story. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna see if it come up on Google. Uh-oh.
I would flip out if Jilly got out of this house and walked off into these woods, in these hills.
That's real scary. How life is.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. Special. I'm gonna put the link in here so y'all can read it. Special education teacher accused of raping student 5 times a day and recording horrific video in classroom. I'm putting the link in the chat, and whenever you guys y'all can read it. There it is. And that's on people. That's sick. Disgusting. Right, Kelly. Disgusting. That makes you so angry. Sick. There's so many kids that get mistreated all the time. Yes. Very disgusting. Joe went from public and now private day school. I warned the public school all his teachers better have track shoes because Joe is quick. So I had to put him at the private day. Okay.
Yeah, I did see that. I seen that across my
You seen that?
timeline. That woman that did that.
That's terrible. That makes you scared.
Mhm.
You what can that little boy do for you? What was she getting from that?
Exactly.
Just sick. Just sick.
I ain't trying to curse, but people like that going straight to hell. Like, I'm
Yes.
sorry, this is so weird.
And she's 32. Wait a minute. Did they say how old the boy was? 32 years old. Special needs teacher. I don't see how old the boy was. But yeah, he's a student. That's all I needed to know. Sick. Sick. Definitely, Kelly. There is a very special place for her. And I hope they lock her up for a very long time.
She's never see the daylight. 6x6 cell and
Make it 4x4 cell for her.
yeah, you can't even stretch out in it. That's right.
Right. Right. Terrible. So yeah, that added on to the other things is another reason that definitely need cameras in the classroom.
Yes, they need to quit playing. Like, I just wonder why they just don't want to do it. Like, what, you gonna catch the teacher asleep or something? Or like,
Right.
what's the real issue?
What
of
are you
why?
hiding?
Yeah,
What are you hiding?
why not?
Are you
my-
saying that in your state they don't want to do anything? Are you all in the same state?
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm in Michigan.
I'm in Minnesota.
They have cameras in your state? You're in Virginia, right?
West Virginia. Yeah, they do.
They do?
They do now. Yeah, like I say, when Virginia
Wow.
had that thing, there's been a lot of stuff down here. Like,
Okay.
what was that one transgender boy who got into the girl? He assaulted a girl and in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
They kind of shushed that away and they put him in another school and he did it again. And
Wow.
just stupid
That
stuff
helped.
like that. So yeah, they got cameras a lot in Virginia. It started there, and we have them here.
Wow.
Just
Well, that's awesome. Well, that's a start.
but like again, I
You
say
know?
if they're not doing anything, they take the footage and they go hide it till a year's over and the statute of limitations is up. That's why I couldn't be a part of the criminal part, because now without Jilly being on that videotape, I have no evidence of her being there really or being abused, other than we do know she was there present while it was
Right.
going on. They might not have even touched her for all I know, but I doubt it.
Mhm.
Ah,
Kelly says, my daughter already told Jordan's old school she's not having it from the beginning with my grandson. All right. I still don't know what happened to Ralph in his first year in high school in the bathroom, but for 2 years he would not lift his shirt when he went potty. I screamed at them, found out they were having him go a great distance to the bathroom by himself. Oh, poor baby.
Mm.
Poor baby. Well, you did the best thing, because they traumatize our kids. We don't know exactly to what extent. So Jill told the school that my mom is Kelly. My mom is Kelly, right? Yep.
My sister-in-law, she had a problem with her kid, somebody harassing her son one day, and she went in there tossing chairs and everything. See, her kids are black.
Mhm.
my wife's sister, had married a black guy, and so yeah, they made a big issue out because there aren't too many black kids around here at the time out here
Okay.
still. I mean, and oh yeah, so they were like, I mean, this woman grabbed him up by his backpack and left marks around his neck and everything, kind of
Wow.
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
People.
Looked like he had been singled out a little bit, and it's like, oh no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
probably.
no, sweetheart, it don't work like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay, everybody, we are at the end of our time. So if you are in here, make sure you please like, thumbs up, show some love to the live. Before we leave, I want to thank, because I didn't have a name on the packages, but someone bought us a couple of tablecloths from our wish list for our sweatpants and mimosas. Thank you. We appreciate it. Someone also bought the wine bags because we'll be giving away a couple of wine bottles. So thank you. We really, really appreciate it. And if any of you guys want to help, the wish list is posted in the chat. If you can purchase one item, we would really appreciate it for our upcoming sweatpants and mimosas event. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a good week. You too, Candy. Have a good week. That was me, Nita. I wish I could. Every little bit helps, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do. Every little bit. Every little bit. So we're using all of this and going to the moms. And we're going to have, hopefully, dads. We're opening it up for dads too. So we'll see how many show up, how many dads show up. But thank you. I really, really appreciate you. Every little bit counts. You can send me somewhere.
Yeah.
Send you a nice big bottle, Pam. Me too. I'm still planning on that. We're going to meet in the middle. Might be in a couple years after everything is situated in our country. But we're going to plan on something. All right, you guys. Susan, thank you so much. Remember, next time on Tuesdays, just remind me, because I take DeAndre boxing, but I really want to just remind me, because sometimes I be doing stuff and forget. So Susan has her Zoom ladies for on Tuesdays. A great group of ladies who talk about their journeys. So we'll have some information on that for you. If hold on. Yes, Ariana. Okay. So my daughter DeAndre is home. Okay, you guys, let me get out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much. See you next week.
See y'all.
Bye-bye.